What's up, guys? Shade Tree Surgeon here out on the douche cotty, of course, with Jessica behind me on the street triple, not the speed triple. People lit me up about that one last time. And of course, the baddest biker in all the land, my man Jesse on the street glide. So we're going out for a couple reasons today. Not only is it absolutely gorgeous, perfect riding weather in Florida, it's also Easter Sunday, so there's not a lot of traffic out. And on top of all that, it is actually Jessica and I's 5-year anniversary of riding together. That's right, 5 years ago, Jessica got her very first motorcycle. Yeah, as a little bit of a celebration, we figured we'd get out here in the sticks, explore some new roads, and put some miles down. What better way to celebrate 5 years of riding together than by more riding, right? Yeah, when Jessica got her first bike, that was before she was Triumph Chick. And I forget what her name was back then on Instagram, but her very first bike was a Honda VLX 600. Man, I really thought that was a great beginner bike. It was just a really good bike for her. It was light, it was low to the ground, and I made enough power to get up to highway speeds, although it was only a 4-speed, so you didn't really want to take it across country or nothing. Of course, we've been dating for longer than 5 years, but when Jessica and I first started dating, she was riding on the back, although that didn't last very long. That's kind of weird to think about. When we first started, I didn't wear a helmet back then, neither did Jessica. When she was riding on the back, not when she got her first bike. When we first started dating, we'd roll out and I'd be in a sleeveless shirt, no helmet, and she'd be wearing short shorts, flip-flops, a tank top, no helmet, and we just ride all over the fucking place. Not a care in the world, you know? Back when the earth was flat.
If earth isn't flat, why are cars like this? And not like this?
Now, obviously, I credit motovlogging with me finally taking the plunge and wearing a helmet. When I really first started getting interested in gear, protective gear, jackets and gloves and helmets and all that different stuff, was when Jessica got her first motorcycle. Yeah, you never care about yourself like you care about somebody else. Of course, it was just as dangerous when I was riding the bike around and she was on the back, but you got that false sense of security in yourself that you got control over the situation. And the minute she was on her own bike, I turned into worry word. I was like, nope, gotta wear a helmet, gotta wear gloves, gotta do the thing. And of course, eventually I started wearing a helmet too. And now look at us go, all geared up. I'm just glad we made it through alive and with all of our skin on. And a roundabout out here in the sticks instead of a stop sign. How progressive. Hell yeah. What the hell is going on there? Does that thing only have 3 wheels? Just had to pull over and get some gas there. All right, get it. Man, I took a big old bug right to the dome piece. It went in my vent. Now my whole helmet stinks. That's horrible. I'm gonna have to live with this for the rest of the day. Smells like week old raccoon roadkill that a drunk dude took a shit on. Oh well, I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. After all, me and Jess out here enjoying it. 5 years riding. I can put up with a little bit of a stinky helmet. Yeah, we've been through a lot in 5 years. Been through crashes and different bikes and buying dirt bikes and everything in between. What's funny is most of you guys have seen most of it. I've been making YouTube videos for 4 years and we've only been riding together for 5, so you guys have seen the vast majority of Jessica and I's time together on motorcycles and seen almost all of Jessica's growth on motorcycles. The only thing you didn't see was her very first upgrade, which was from the Honda VLX 600 to the Triumph Speedmaster. But, you know, you saw her get the KLX 250, you saw her get the KX 100, and now you're seeing her on the Speedmaster, and pretty soon you're going to see her on that chopper too, because we're actually picking that up tomorrow. Obviously, Jessica and I have a lot more in common than just motorcycles, but Motorcycles have been the tie that binds. They've been this common thread throughout a relationship. They're our shared passion and joy and the thing that we want to do the most and the sport we want to get better at, and we want to improve our riding, and we want to see new places on motorcycles and experience new things on motorcycles. I don't know, they always say the couple that rides together stays together. I think that's just something people like to say. I don't think there's any real meaning to it, but I'll tell you, motorcycles have been outside of each other the most important things in our lives. All right, so in a very roundabout way, we're about to come up on Zephyr Hills Brewery, which is our arbitrary destination for the day for me to have my one good beer of the week with my keto diet. That dude knows what's up. It is Easter Sunday, and it is time to put the top down in the donk and go cruising. Oh, he's got the whole family in there. Still spinning. There might not be a lot going on in Zephyr Hills, but sure is pretty. Wow, downtown Zephyr Hills sure is pretty. Even though I think it's mostly antique shops. Oh, there it is. And it's not open. Awesome. Yeah, they normally open at noon, and it said it opened at 1. That's for Easter. Yeah, I mean, I even checked online. It said 1 o'clock. All right, backup plan. There's a place down the street called Rhythm and Brews. Sounds kind of cool. All I do know about it is that it says it's open, and I assume since there's brews in the name, it ought to have some cold beer. Well, this place definitely looks closed as well. Yeah, that is 100% closed. So, yeah, yesterday's ride was a little bit of a bust. I mean, it wasn't, but nothing that we tried to do really worked out. At the same time, how can you complain about a day full of motorcycles? Yeah, Jessica's behind me in the truck right now with the XX50 chopper that I was talking about. Again, I just think it's pretty cool that in the 5 years that she's been riding, she's been through all these different style bikes, from the naked upright to a cruiser to now a chopper to dirt bike. As I was saying, in the past 5 years as a couple, motorcycles have been one of the linchpins of our lifestyle. And that's why, even though I didn't get to go to the brewery and the other place was closed, and we basically just went on a big loop, like, as a celebration of 5 years of riding together, that's not really a bad thing. We got to ride motorcycles all day side by side. It was beautiful. It's what we love to do. So on a little bit more of a somber note, the day before we had this ride planned for our 5-year motorcycle anniversary, we actually learned through Instagram that somebody we've been following on Instagram for years passed away in a motorcycle accident. Yeah, I've never actually personally met her, but Annette Carrion was somebody who was just kind of a big public figure, both in motorcycles and the moto culture on Instagram and the moto vlogging thing. And I know a lot of people we know knew her. To say the least, it was just incredibly sad, shocking, and almost unbelievable to hear that she had passed away in a motorcycle accident. Taken aback. I just really kind of brings it home that what we do is dangerous. This thing that Jessica and I enjoy to do together, this thing that we love, motorcycles, it's a dangerous activity, and every time we go out on the bikes, whether it's street bikes or dirt bikes or whatever, we're taking a certain amount of risk. There's risk involved. You could die. It especially hits home because Annette Carrion had a very similar lifestyle to ours. She rode, her boyfriend rode. It was something that they did together. They building more motorcycle skills, just like Jessica and I do, is something that they did together and that they loved doing. It was, again, like I said, it was the tie that binds. And I believe they were actually riding together on the day that she passed away. Thinking about that is terrifying and heartbreaking and horrifying all at the same time. Obviously, it's something you think about. You think about it. If you're a couple that rides together, if your wife rides, or if you're a girl who's watching this and your husband rides, it's something that you think about. You try not to think about it too hard, but it's always there. It never goes away. I've talked about this before, and it's good to take that out and look at it every once in a while and remember that no matter how fun this is and how carefree you feel and how amazing sharing motorcycles with the people you love the most, you have to remember what you're sharing with these people that you value higher than anybody else in the world is a life-endangering sport. You can die doing this. The people you love the most can die doing this. My heart goes out to Annette's boyfriend. I cannot even imagine what he must be going through right now. I really can't. I don't know if that's something I could ever get over. I've asked y'all to do it before. I'm going to ask you to do it again. Just take a second out of your day if you're watching this and spare a thought for him and for her. By all accounts, both amazing people who did a lot for this community, a lot for motorcycles in general. You know, inspired a lot of people to ride. It's just, it really hits home, man. It hit me right in the gut. You know, I kind of had again, I didn't know her, you know, I wasn't friends with her, but just really left me with this empty feeling. And that I couldn't quite describe. I hate to leave you guys on such a somber note, but I don't know. It's just what's on my mind right now. And it's just this strange mix of love for my girlfriend and love for this thing that we love and sadness at what happened to Annette and what her boyfriend must be going for, coupled with the fear that's ever present. There's always fear, you know, it always exists, never goes away. Usually it's not there in full force, but it's always there, at least a little. Just the joys of what we do outweigh the fear and the reward that we get from riding motorcycles, and especially doing it together, it outweighs the risk. Anyway, that's the thought I'm going to leave you guys with today. I'll see y'all next time.